Hello, welcome back to a new video. If you're new, I'm Samio, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing how to cut and style a synthetic curly wig. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me wear this wig quite a lot recently, as it's been my go-to protective style. I've kind of ditched the box braids and faux locks for this winter just because I really can't be bothered. And a wig is great because it also doubles up as a hat because it is freezing here. So I'm keeping my hair under wraps in little plaits, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. And it's keeping my hair nice and protected, which is nice. And it also is a great chance to play around with a different style whilst I'm giving my hair a little rest and letting it grow. So if you want to see how I did this style, I didn't create the wig, but I trimmed it into this shape, and how I styled it and all that good stuff, then keep on watching. So here she is. If you follow my Instagram, you may have seen me already style this for a reel, and I do already have this exact same wig. However, what I found is I keep wearing that particular style tied back in a pony, which I really like. I find it just nice for day to day, just like tied back and out of the way. And as I've been doing that, it's kind of like molded to the shape of a ponytail. So I thought I want to get another one of the same style so I can wear this one out and down and keep the other one for a tied back style. So I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to show how I style it in a longer form video, because obviously a reel is quite quick. So this wig is from Rad Swan, and this is shape 02. You'll see it comes with a front lace, and the first one I had of this wig was my first experience with a front lace wig, and I was a little bit nervous at first because I thought it was going to be so tricky, but actually it's very easy. You just have to trim this yourself. So when you're cutting your lace, you want to make sure that you're cutting it jagged. If you cut it too neat, it'll just look really obvious. So you can't really go wrong here. If you cut a little bit too much of the baby hair, you can always cut in more later on. So just don't worry. I was a little bit nervous about this at first, but once you get going, it's quite easy. I actually find once you've kind of cut your first piece, the easiest way to do it, I find, is just to hold it up like this. And then you can see the edge and continue to cut just like that in a sort of zigzag motion. So now I'll remove this. So I can't comb roll or anything, so I just do a few separate plaits on my head like this, and then I just slick them back. I also purchased the Rad Grip, which is like a headband that goes underneath, so it's up to you whether you want to wear a wig cap with yours. I've used this one loads and I find it really convenient. So it just velcros in place and I adjust it. And I could tie the plaits back, but I'm just going to tuck them in to the headband, like so. And then in here you have a few grips. I don't tend to grip the front ones, and I've never had a problem with it. I just grip the back one, and there's this elastic bit. The elastic bit goes to the back of the head. In fact, let me loosen this because my big old head will find this a little bit too tight. Okay, so I've got this elastic band as loose as it'll go now, so I'm just going to pop it on. So you just want to adjust it into place. So here it is initially. Obviously you can glue down the edges if you want. I don't bother doing that because what I actually do is I wear it all forward with a fringe, which we're going to trim in shortly. But just to show you this particular style at the moment, I think this one has a middle part naturally, or you can put it into a middle part at least. And if you see the Rad Grip underneath, it's got like a nude part, so that if it shows your scalp, it actually makes it look more natural, which I really like. And you can actually put that Rad Grip to either side if you wanted a side part as well. So as you can see, it's very defined and together at the moment, but what I'm going to do is I'm really going to start to separate these curls just to help make them look as natural as possible. And I'm just going to finger detangle these and really gently pull them apart. You don't need to use a brush or anything, your fingers work fine. And you might want to go to town on this for a while because, as you'll notice, they're really rebellious and they're wanting to like clump together in this really twee look, but we're gonna rough them up. And I find that adding that frizz, I think, really adds to that natural look, which is what we are going for today. And just like with natural hair, you just want to make sure that you're doing your finger detangling starting from the tips of the hair and then working your way up slightly. And it is normal to find some of the hair come out as you pull it, but don't worry, there is enough hair on this particular wig. You're not gonna miss any of it, I promise. So as you see, we've added quite a bit of volume. If you know me, you know I like a volume. Also, now I've combed it out like this, it's making me want to not put a fringe in it because I quite like the middle part. I like this. But we are going to cut a fringe because, Samio, you'll wear it more with a fringe. And yeah, this is cute, but let's go with a fringe. We'll go with a fringe because that's what we're doing for the video. Anyway, and then from here, we'll begin to trim. So now I'm just gonna pull a few hairs from the front. Oh my gosh, why do I love this as well? It's like some 90s TV character. Anyway, we're gonna trim these parts, and you'll see I've tried to go as close to the hairline as possible, but still grabbing a big enough chunk that it's gonna make a difference when we give it a trim. So these are just gonna start to form the start of the fringe and a little bit more baby hairs. So there's the first cut. As I'm cutting this, I'm always being careful. Like, if in doubt, cut less, and then you can always cut more afterwards, because of course it is curly, so it will spring back up. So just be aware of that before going to town with the scissors. So that's that initial part. This is just the bit that will kind of form the under part of the fringe. Now I'm going to take these clipped bits down, give it a zhuzh, and now I'm just kind of grab the front middle section that I'm going to work the fringe from. I'm going to use a bobble to tie up the rest for the time being. So this is what's going to form the start of the fringe. Again, we're going to take it nice and slow. Just breathe, don't get scissor happy. I'm saying this to myself because I always do. Last time it turned out right, so let's hope that it does this time as well. These very front bits that are going to be shorter, I'm going to kind of taper it around the face, and then I'm going to graduate it around. Not a hairdresser, by the way, I just kind of go off my own technique, but like I say, it worked well enough last time. So I might actually clip these very side bits out of the way to start, so I can just work on this very front section now. So here I can go a little bit shorter because, like I say, trim with caution, and then you can always take more off afterwards. And I'm not too worried about the frizz here because, like I say, I just feel like it makes it look more natural, and this is just gonna layer up the fringe anyway. I'm gonna leave that like that for now. Also, I should probably add, I'm cutting all the hairs at an angle, and I'm trying to get as small a chunk at a time as possible, especially with these front bits, just so that it just looks as natural as possible and kind of blends in as evenly as possible. And as you'll see, I'm starting to taper it round the sides of my face ever so slightly, so as I get to the edges, I'm not going to go as high up as the middle, I'm just going to kind of go down around the sides, and that's why this kind of like not stuck down bit will not matter once it's all cut in place. So here it is starting to take shape. Don't worry, we're not done yet. Just going to take down the rest of it to see what we've got going on. So you can already see we're starting to form a little bit of a fringe, but we have a lot going on up top. So I like a really rounded shape with a little bit more volume on top. So I'm also going to blend in these bits, taper it a little bit more around the edges of the face, just so you see here we've got a bit of a step. I want that to blend, and I also want a little bit more rounded volume on top as well. And again, it's just pulling these bits from around the crown area and then pulling them forward, and you'll see them start to like bounce up more, like we're already starting to really get that shape, which is what I'm going for. And you also might want to grab a few from the back as well, the back of the crown should I say, but again, be careful, don't cut too much, don't cut too low down. I just kind of judge it like this. So I'm just working round this crown and just cutting off the same amount from all angles, and it seems to do the trick. I'm really pleased with how that is all starting to look on the top now. I'll probably end up chopping a little bit more. I'm already going to chop a little bit more. I will probably end up chopping a little bit more in a little bit, but I just want to work on these side bits for a while now, because you see how we've got these really long bits next to my face. These need to kind of layering, shall we say. Can you see I'm just pulling this section down, the bit that just feels unnaturally long next to the rest of it, because we've got this step, and I'm just gonna clip. Clip, I don't know why I said it like that. Clip. Wow, how many times can I say clip? So we're just gonna clip that up there, and you'll see we've got this bit that I just need to blend in. Separate these a bit as well. That just allows me to cut it a little bit easier, like so. Probably actually go a lot shorter with these bits, but like I say, don't get scissor happy. We will come back to them if they do require. In fact, this is probably a better angle for you to see it. There we go. Yes, it's happening. It's blending. Do you see how we're getting this nice rounded shape? I could really feel myself starting to get scissor happy then. I felt like I was like a pro hairdresser, just I had to slow down for a moment. Let's just let's just unhook that bit. Oh yes, that is, do you see what I mean? Like the shape is just, whoo, compared to this side, we've got all of this triangular motion. This is just blending in. Like I say, I do feel like I can still take a little bit away from the face hair because I like it, whilst it is in my face, I do like it to kind of be off it a little bit, but you know, this is starting to take shape. I'm gonna trim a little bit of these bits here just to add to the roundness. I have to say, I find this very satisfying. It's like you're making a creation. I mean, it's not like I made the wig, but I have to say, if this is the satisfaction that hairdressers get when doing a cut, then I feel ya. Look at that is good. Oh, that shape is just delicious. So these are the hairs that are really close to the edge of the wig. So I guess we can class these as baby hairs. I don't mind cutting these quite a bit shorter, with precaution, of course. So already you can see this nice shape compared to this side, which we still need to do a little bit of work on. And again, this side's taking shape nicely. Just want to get these stragglers here. I'm going to kind of trim some of these front bits a little bit more because, as you see, they're just kind of hanging a little bit too much in my eyes. So again, I am going to go with caution, and the tiniest bit needs taking off these bits. I'm going to do a few more from the top now. And now it's just any last minor adjustments and trims here and there to finish off. This is just me deciding if I'm done or not, because sometimes with trimming your wig, the hardest part is to know when to stop. And I think I'm done. I might end up trimming a few extra bits later on, but for now, I'm gonna stop here because I'm liking the shape, I'm liking the volume, I'm happy with it. Can't fully see the back, but we're just hoping that it's all good. This is a good thing about it being a wig because, you know, it's not real hair. But also the bad thing about it being a wig is that it's not real hair because it won't grow back. But it's fine. I feel like I'm happy with it. This is my second curly hair wig cut. And yeah, I'm pleased with it. So that is how it's done. This is my protective style for the foreseeable. Like I say, I'm keeping my hair back as much as possible in those plaits, and this so far has been great. Like every time I take my hair out, it just feels nourished and good. So hopefully that will help it retain some length, and it's nice experimenting and playing around with a different style whilst my own hair is getting a little bit of TLC. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave the link to this wig and anything else I've mentioned. I don't think I mentioned anything else, but I'll leave the link to this wig in the description, and the colour, the name, all of that stuff. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please do give it a like, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, I just realised I didn't do the all-important wig grip test, so I'm going to do it for you now. We ready? It's foolproof, baby! No, but I actually just cut more off the top and now I think it looks better. Right, I'm gonna go. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, bye!